Good evening to everyone. We are back and ready for X2. Finally, it's already been a week since that thrilling opener where Scuderia Ferrari did take the win. Ferrari had the best result, first and third. It was Nelu who in the Ferrari ahead of William Magnussen, who, if I'm not being blind, I can't see him on the list of drivers attending today. But you have got both Ferraris. There's an absence of some drivers, but we are here and ready to kick off Saudi Arabia. I'm just going to quickly get some of this on. But we are alive and kicking, and we are ready for this. Oh wait, no, I am not very smart. The man who did get second is here today. It is Snoo. Yeah, it is Snoo who did that second. I apologise. I don't know why I thought it was different. But good evening to everyone who has decided to tune in for the stream. That looks really blurry. Why is that really blurry? Dylan! How are we? We're back. This time I'm not racing. I'm trying to make sure that the stream quality looks better as well. Oh crap. Dylan, you do that all the time, so there's no point in saying can't wait to do it. Because you're actually going to do it. Here comes Casper around the final corner to start his first flying lap of this 18-minute short qualifying session. Into turn 1 we go. You can turn a lot early if you hit the apex nicely through left and then into the right, and then flat out through turn number 3 and towards the twists and turns of the Saudi Arabian sector 1. Powers his way just flat out for practically most of this. If you have proper confidence on board with the silver arrow, has to take a little bit of a lift in the early parts of the qualifying session, but it looks pretty nice through the first sector. Oi oi, says Hurley. Good evening there. And towards the long left-hander we go now. Sauber getting nicely out of the way on the outside of the track. Casper will be setting the benchmark if he can keep it within the track limits. I do apologise for this the Mercedes on board, because I did try it differently. Good evening, Yavoda. In chat, I probably butchered your name, and I sincerely apologise. Towards the famous corner, which Thomas Ronhard decides to launch on the inside of Danny Beresne in the F1 Sim Racing Championship, which is actually, I think, the race is starting at 8:15 UK time, which I will definitely make sure to tune in for later on. Toward the 27th and final corner of the racetrack, we did do a Max Verstappen tap the ball in the exit. No, he's a bit of margin to the ball actually. And we make our way up to the line. Casper with a 27.952. So who will be able to challenge that? Next up we've got Robbo coming up to the line. What can Robbo do in the Rebel? Can he usurp it? Yes he can. By a tenth and a little bit he crosses the line. Yonat has invalidated this lap. Next up then will be Nelu. Last week's race winner goes on to pole by 0.3 of a second. Next up is his teammate Leo in the Scuderia Ferrari crossing the line. Makes it a Ferrari 1-2. The two Ferraris split by a singular hundredth of a second. Next up will be Anton in the McLaren, but he has invalidated his lap time. And then behind him will be Vigo in the Alpine, who hasn't invalidated his lap time, but he's on I think another warm-up lap. And then behind him will be Dylan on an outlap. Then we have a Mercedes of Strikey on a outlap, and then we'll have Snoo in the V-Carb, who hasn't validated his lap time. Then we have the Haas behind of Ronald, who was recently just signed with Haas as well. So it could be fun to see how he can get on Next up will be the other Red Bull pool diver, who is about to begin a lap time. Then will it be Yonat again, who is on a different lap? I think a Sauber across the line. Farah had quite the poor lap. Out with turn 27 we go, with Yonat now powering his way up to the line. Will he pit or will he cross the line? He will finish the lap. Is it pole time? It's already usurping the 27s with a 1 minute 26.983. Great banker for a lap. Next up is Anton. He is on another lap, I believe. Look, quite a lot down on the millisecond time we saw from Yonat, as he does now back out of it. I think he is actually out of fuel. So next up will be Dylan in the other McLaren. It is currently, as Ronnie's pointed out, a Romanian 1, 2 and 3. Powering his way up the line. What can Dylan do? The X3 driver, who had quite the poor race, had a good recovery drive, could only go P7 with a 28.5, 6/10 off Casper in the Mercedes. As the other Mercedes of Strikey goes up to P4, and there's a Sauber who's crossing the line of Kevin Zunneberg to start his lap. Next up will be Runnard. Newcomer is invalidated his lap. Next up will be the other Sauber, Farah, who is on the lap 13 seconds up on the Delta to cross the line and only go P8 with a 28.0. Next up will be the other Red Bull of Pool Diver. Round the final corner with Snoo behind him as well, but I think Snoo is on low fuel mode, as there is yellow flags normally to indicate when the driver is on low fuel. Pool Diver goes up to P10 with the slowest time of all. But next up we will have Marty in the Haas with 1 minute 0.788 in the middle sector. That seems better than what we've normally seen. That's crazy in the chat. Round turn 27 we go with Marty. The Haas will power his way up to the line. Is this anywhere in the top 3? It's not. It's a 128. It's a 128.177. Kevin's on a lap. He's 4/10 up compared to what we saw from Marty in the Haas, and then flat out towards turn number 27 again, and then it'll be flat out to the line. Can he challenge pole position? No, he can't. He can go P2 though. Still quite the margin off from pole position. Trying to see if anyone is actually on laps. I don't think anybody is on laps at the minute. So we're able just to relax for a slight moment. I think Pool Diver has just begun another lap time. Another qualifying lap. Towards turn number 4. Make sure you're not turned in too early. To clear that inside wall through 4, then 5. Flick it for 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now I know I can count to 10. And now to the end of the first sector. It's a 2/10 improvement. We're only still keeping P12 at this current moment. That corner invites you to hang it out around the outside, so if you get the chance, if you've got a slight stiff on the outside, you saw what Lance Stroll did against Carlos Sainz in 2023 before I think it was his brakes or something, decided to give up. Just like his cars do most of the time. Still, it's rough around 2/10 up. I can hear my cat. Towards turn 27, we'll go on board with the Red Bull. And what can Pool Diver do? Up to the line we go. Hot lap. Option not to use overtake, but I think if you use it, it now uses overtake. A bit of it. Up to the line will improve time, not position. Next up is Casper in the Mercedes. Is he improving his lap time to cross the line? We'll go up to P5 with a 27.6. Next up will be Robbo, who is a tenth and a half up. Out of the final corner we go with Robbo, who was in contention for the win, had a spin. Yellow flags for a Ferrari. Robbo across the line, goes up to the front row, and this seems to be more of a battle for the front row now instead of pole position. Pole position seems to be secured. And I think that was Leo who caused those yellow flags earlier on in the lap. So there's Anton, who's now crossed the line to go P6 with a 27.606. And just seeing cars come around the final corner now. Cars just starting laps. I think the next person on the lap will be Snoo in the V-Carb. Purple going to the game, purple in the middle sector. And it's now flat out, not a lot of battery to play with. We go with the V-Carb now towards the final corner, turn 27 for Snoo. Bottled it, was in the final few laps of X3 yesterday. Had a 6-second penalty, so it wouldn't have really changed him winning the race or not. Up to the line we go as the V-Carb. Is it anywhere near pole? Crossing the line, he goes P3, 3 milliseconds behind Robbo in the Red Bull. Next up will be Pool Diver, who has invalidated his lap, but he's going to be going again. And it should be the Haas, maybe? No, Runnard will be starting a lap. Then we have the Aston Martin of Yonnet. Original pole man has decided to bail out of it and will maybe be going for a run next time around. Just trying to see, we have there's the McLaren of Dylan. No, it's not, it's Anton. He did finish his lap. But I just clocked, Dylan hasn't got a front wing. We go with Pool Diver again, 800s down on his current lap time. We are going to focus over to the Alpine of Vigo. Coming out of the final corner, he's got 40% battery to drain up to the line. It's good to have a good amount of battery towards the end, then you can gain that, it goes extra milliseconds where no one else can. Vigo across the line with a 27.585 to go up to P7. Next up should be, I think it's the Scuderia Ferrari of Nelu, last week's race winner. Canelu in the Ferrari. Challenge for the front row. 10th and a half up. He only needs to find half a tenth really to get up into the front row. Round the final corner we go. Powering his way to the line. You see Dylan's broken front wing as he enters the pits. Nelu crosses the line with a 27.4. It's on to the front row of the grid once more. As Pool Diver doesn't improve his time. Next up will be Runners, who has invalidated his lap. Then it should be Yola, who's in for an in-lap, I believe. No, he's not. He is on another lap. Is the provisional pole man about to extend his advantage? Powering his way to the line with a 26.851 and increases that margin by a tenth and a bit. As Kevin Zunberg now goes onto the front row. I was just trying to find him, and as we did go onto him, we see his name jump up to the front row. We've got a proper battle for the front row here in Jeddah this evening. I'd like to know how long's left. A quick look at the screen. That says 4 minutes 26 and Kevin crossed the line without. So there's about 1 minute and 56 left. Will Kevin be able to get round in time and get another lap on and get another go? There is Lightning McQueen on our outlap. We had the McQueen is fading our moment last week. What's Pool Diver doing, mate? Couldn't tell you. But I think no one else is really on the lap, to be honest. Just trying to have a look. No one is. Nelu is out of fuel, so this could hamper his chances of getting another run in. Round 27 he goes. Maybe Farah's on the lap. In the Sauber, no, he's invalidated. So the Saubers are going to have to stack when they enter the pits. Unless Farah is about to start a lap. No, he's not. He hasn't got the battery left. So that's really going to hamper his teammate. This will really hurt his teammate here. So we will watch our first final lap. No, we won't. Everyone into the pits bar one. No, I reckon one will make it, Dylan. I've got to keep in mind who's coming out of when. So Marty is going to be the first Haas. It'll be the two Hasses. Remember, someone might remember that it is Someone remind me that it's Marty, the first Haas, for when I do change over. So, round the final corner, turn 27 we go. For the final time in this for the second to last time in this qualifying session with Strikey. If he invalidates his time, he should have time to go back around again. But as it stands right now, he will be the first man to set their final laps. Can I change that? No, I can't. Right, I'll quickly see if I can change it, but no, I can't. You have to deal with this Mercedes on board until I can fix it later. But through the twists and turns of the Saudi Arabia Sector 1. Looked pretty nice. They bit tented with the throttle for that flat right, but now it drained the battery towards the end of the first sector. 2.5 tenths up. It's a very good first sector. According to the game, it's purple. Now, round the long left. I've got to try and get the track back up for the corner names. Towards the corners where you flick the wheel right and then flick it left on the exit, and that is where you'll be then flat out toward the Thomas Ronhard corner, as I like to call it now. Is he finding much more improvement? We'll go to the cinematic camera. We'll see. You can see how much more grip there is when he just decides to flick it. 4 tenths up. He's currently on for the front row. He's currently on to battle Kevin Zinderberg for the front row. He's not got a lot of battery left, but we're making our way towards turn number 27. Strikey will be wanting to set a provisional pole time. If he can't do that, get provisionally onto the front row. Where can the Silver Arrow Strikey put his Mercedes car? He crosses the line. He goes P3 with a 27.4. Next up will be Marty in the Haas as he makes his way towards the end of Sector 1. 6 milliseconds down on his current time. Can Marty in the Haas, thank you Rolly for reminding me, can Marty in the Haas challenge anywhere for the top 10 based on that first sector? Doesn't look very likely. Nice and close to the wall. It's making our way down the straight. DRS activated, it's just sitting in hot lap. Farah did not make the line, but never mind, he didn't even go back out. He knew he didn't have time. A 10th up for Marty. He might be able to jump in front of Farah, but that might be it. I don't think he'll be challenging the top 10. If anything, he might be giving his teammate a bit of a tow. Wouldn't be much, but it's a very light tow. Towards turn 27, we go with Marty. And can Marty go up to the top 10? Can he go up to 11th, crossing the line? We go with Marty, goes 11th. His teammate Runnard will go up to P5. Next up is the McLaren of Anton, and then it'll be the V-Cub of Snoo closely behind. Can Anton challenge anywhere near the top 10? Crosses the line, goes up to P4. All about Snoo in the V-Cub. He crosses the line. Next up is the Ferrari of Leo. He crosses the line, goes onto the front row. I'm not going to have time to go to others. Casper up to 4th. Vigo up to 5th. Round the final corner we go with Nelu. Dylan's also crossing the line now. Dylan in the McLaren will cross the line. We won't go P12. What about Nelu in the other Ferrari? Crossing the line to go P3. Ferrari with a great qualifying result. Next up's Paul Diver. He goes P12. Next up will be Kevin. Has invalidated his lap time. He set an invalid 26.7. That would have been enough for pole position. But it's Yonnet. It's Aston Martin on pole once again. For the second week running, they are on pole. Same team, different driver. Agreed, Dylan. I'll do better than you, Dylan. Okay, I don't get to run you through the grid. Lovely. But I'll tell you what, I will do that right now. On pole, we have Jonnet in the Aston Martin. Then we have Leo and Nelu in the Ferraris. Then those two working together, it seems, to go for that Constructors' Championship. And maybe these two could be fighting for the drivers. Then we have Kevin in the Sauber. Then Casper in the Mercedes. Mercedes lining up 5th and 7th. Second best performing team in qualifying. Then we have Kevin Zundberg in 4th. And then Vigo in 6th. Anton 8th. Runnard 9th. Robbo 10th. Snoo 11th. Paul Diver 12th. Dylan 13th. Marty 14th. Faris 15th. And then Lightning McQueen in 16th. We await the countdown to begin this X2 Saudi Arabian Grand Prix, which we are all going to be wanting the question to be answered. Who's going to take the checkered flag as our winner tonight? 5 lights ready to go out. And now we go to start the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. 5 lights on, 5 lights out, and it's foot to the floor, and we're going racing in Saudi Arabia. As making our way towards turn number 1. The two Ferraris going to be going wheel to wheel. Round the outside tries Nelu in the Ferrari. The Mercedes looking to try and get involved as well. Kevin has already been jumped by the Mercedes. Two Ferraris looking to go wheel to wheel towards the Essens. And now Casper, maybe on the inside, thinks better, backs out of it. And making our way towards the twists and turns of this Arabic Sector 1. It's Jonnet that leads from Leo, then Nelu, then Casper. Then Kevin, then Runner, then Vigo, then Anton, then Snoo. Snoo and Dylan making up 2 and 3 places together and making our way to the end of Sector 1. It's a good our top 3 got away perfectly as they wanted. There's a spinner at the back and it's Marty. No damage luckily, but that will be quite the mountain to climb if he wants to get back up into some points. We watch the cars single file through each of the corners. Kevin will be quite disappointed to have lost the place, and the Ferraris will make sure they work together. As now Casper is looking for the outside on those medium tyres, running outside of Nelu towards the Ronha corner. On board with the Ferrari, Casper is up in the 3rd, and Casper is on the charge on the medium compound tyre. We'll just look at the tyres, more hard tyres than medium tyres. Now Kevin is looking to get ahead of Nelu as well. To the outside of turn 27 we go. In the wall goes Kevin. Round the outside, wide line, better traction on the exit. There's a McLaren. We're going 3 wide behind. It's the Kevin in the slipstream as well. We're now going to look back to this as Anton is going to see. Look at the dashboard. Not a lot of battery left as we're making our way towards turn number 1. Down the inside goes Runnard in the Haas, who had contact with his Aston Martin teammate last week. Into the wall goes the Haas as we're making our way towards turn number 4 now. With wheel to wheel between Kevin and Runnard, but Kevin is going to back out of that instead of gaining places on the Ferrari. He's lost out to the Haas. There's more yellows at the back, and this time it's Vigo in the Alpine. Is there damage on that Alpine car? Yes, there is. The end plate is gone. Round the long left we go with Nelu now, and Nelu will be using that battery pack to make sure he can get back into that DRS. Otherwise, it's just gonna be a losing game, as we saw with the top 6 in the race start. In the early stages of the whole race really of X3. DRS is crucial. There's another moment as Dylan lost 3 places there, and he's going to give up the place. And now Farah maybe thinking of a move, but we're going to look back to the leaders as Leo in the Ferrari is going to be maybe looking to pounce on Jonnet, the man who comfortably got pole by I think around 3-4 tenths of a second. Powering our way towards turn 27 as Run is now ahead, but making our way towards turn number 27. It's Leo who's going to be sat behind, and now Kevin Zundberg is ahead of Nelu as well. So Runnard up in the 4th, Nelu losing 2 places. But now on board with the Ferrari, making our way down the straight towards, but I think the Mercedes might deciding to make a move instead. Casper looking to the inside, a little bit of a defensive shape from Leo, but nothing being thought of. It's Robbo and Anton going wheel to wheel through turn number 1 and turn number 2, and Robbo has got 3/4 of car length in front. He's got a full car length in front now as Robbo is up into 8th place ahead of the McLaren. Rolly, a pen for what, track limits or post race? May I question? Round the long sweeping left corner we go. Leo staying nicely tucked to only 2.5 tenths from Yonit here. Runner saved everyone's race while top 3 were gone. Okay, thank you, track limit. So Nelu could be close to a track limit penalty. Runner has done a miraculous job here to get the rest of the train back into DRS of the top 3. Now we fling the car left, then right towards the back, through the back straight we go. Leo has got quite the nice battery pack. We'll go on board with the rear wing of Yona, making our way towards towards turn number 27. Leo's gaining, not close enough, and Casper was gaining as well. Runner might be about to fall out of the DRS, and we make our way down the main straight for the 4th time in this race. And now he's gaining, but maybe Casper's looking for the move as well. Casper towards the inside line. Is he looking for the double pass? Is he looking to make these medium tyres work? Down the inside goes Casper in the Mercedes, running outside the turn number 2. If he can keep it, wheels banging and making our way on the power. It's Yonat who is going to keep the lead, but Casper's ahead of the Ferrari, and he's making those medium tyres work to good use. Now Leo will be making sure that he doesn't lose too much time. Casper will have the initial pace advantage. There's Strikey who is a DNF in the pits, and you can see Paul Diver and Anton, I think, we're dueling through the S's of Sector 1. And now down the inside, Dylan on his teammate. The two McLarens make slight contact. Dylan sent into a little bit of a drift there, and now Farah is looking for the move as well, but he's going to think better of it. We're going to make our look back to the Aston Martin, who has been leading this race from start to lap 4 at the moment. Down the straight we go towards the corner where you flick the wheel left. But I think Leo's closer to Casper than Casper is to Yonat. Maybe Casper will be thinking, I want to get the overtake done, making our way towards turn number 27. Will Yonat put up a defensive shape? No, he won't. Is it down the inside for Casper? No, he won't. He's just going to stay tucked up behind. Going to go on board with the Scarlet Ferrari. If we're making our way down the main straight, Leo will be thinking, can I get ahead of Yonat here? As we're going to go on board with Casper. Watch now the cinematic camera. Casper towards the inside line to go and take the lead of the race. It's Casper, the Mercedes, into the lead of the race for the first time in Saudi Arabian season. Now he's going to try and break the DRS with those extra grip on the medium compound tyres, as Leo under pressure from Runner there in the Haas. Maybe we could see a challenge towards the long sweeping left-hander if Runner can get the exit he needs, but he's gone a bit wide on the entry before the left, and that's going to cost him the chance to do anything with it. Sorry, I had to take a quick drink there, my throat got so dry. A bit of lag there, threw me off for a slight moment. Down the back straight we go once again, and Yonat will be thinking, I can just stay in the DRS here, I can easily just re-overtake him. But there has been, the train has been dispatched. The top 8 have broken away. Look at the back of the train, Robbo is 1.8 clear of Pool Diver. Towards the final corner we go once again on lap 5 of 25, and Yonat is going to stay tucked up behind. Is there going to be any rear ends? Little bit of Constantino effect. 3 cars rear ends, like giving each other a light tap in the rear. But if we look at that, the top 8 split by 1.6 seconds. Yonat to the inside once again, to the lead of the race once again. As Runner is maybe thinking of a move this time. Maybe looking just. Maybe thinking of defending more, driving on the mirrors more. Gives the Ferrari a light tap. I think Snoo made a mistake there. Yes, he is ghosted. Snoo in the V-carb, trying to stay inside of the Red Bull. And he is going to keep the place, or is he? It's so off-putting when you're in ghosted in another car. This will be putting off Robert more than Snoo, because Robert's going to be seeing basically the whole half of the V-carb car. That could be the track limit warning for Robbo there. But that battle will be continuing on, but Snoo is ahead of Robbo. Snoo might have had a little bit of a mistake, but I think he has actually kept the places. Nelu, though, in the Ferrari, still losing out places on the hard. You'd think normally now, the mediums can go a long way, but the hard, I don't think anyone yesterday in X3, correct me if I'm wrong, Rolly, but I don't think anyone in X3 started on the hard tyres. So this is the first time we're seeing drivers start on the hard tyres in this race week in Saudi Arabia. As Jonah has almost broken the DRS actually. 9/10 was the gap. And you can see, if you look at the battery pack, he's not got a lot left. He was properly using that. That forced Casper to use, but this is going to put Leo in a great chance if he needs to. Okay, thank you for correction. One driver started on the hard tyres yesterday. It was Luigi. Made a great recovery, according to Rowley. And we see the two McLarens swapping places again. Was that maybe a tactical change? It looked a bit easy for Anton in the McLaren as he sets his eyes on overtaking Paul Diver. Maybe both McLarens could get ahead and then start working together. Dylan, you're driving. How are you still responding? Look at that. Jonah again. So close. I think he's about to break the DRS here. If he does, Casper and Leo gonna have to work together. Nine tenths is the gap. Almost a second. It is a second. Can Casper keep the DRS? I think he's just got it by 0.05 of a second. We'll watch the rear wing, and he does just get it. But this is making Jonah use his battery. This is making Jonah and Casper use their battery. I think Leo might have actually just broken DRS to Runnard. Leo knows he's got more battery as Dylan is our first driver to get a track limit penalty. Maybe Leo is now sensing the medium tyres starting to fade a little bit. Leo's got a lot of battery to use. And now Leo, you can look at the dashboard. The green label of DRS of ERS activated to the inside goes the Ferrari, and into second place goes the Ferrari. Keeps the inside line, but is up into second and is now on a charge to go and take the lead. Nelu won last week. Can Leo win? Can Leo win this week? Stay on board with Leo. As there is yellow flags, and we have got a safety car now. Is that actually Dylan? It is Dylan who has crashed. No front wing on the McLaren. We've got a safety car for the first time this race week, and it is caused by the man who raced last night. It's Dylan having a skill issue moment. And was it Paul Diver as well? Dylan and Paul Diver. Apparently no damage on the Red Bull, a lot of damage on the McLaren. Oh yeah, true. Paul Dive might have been caught up in it. But this is, as Rolly's just mentioned, this is going to do over the hard runners. They have to go in for the mediums. This is now an open goal for the likes of Casper, Runnard, Snoo and Robbo to properly take this race. Everyone pits. Nelu has opted to continue. He's not wanting to double stack. Nelu will lead this race. As the pit lane is getting very active now. Will Jonat come out in second? Yes, he will. No, he won't. Marty is going to just come out ahead. So, only two drivers opt to continue. And Dylan, for the second time in this race, did a Mick Schumacher in the corner. You are watching the Haas approach now, out on the left, on that right hand side, on the curb he's just rolled over. Dylan, for the second time, has done a Schumacher. And now we can breathe and relax for a bit. A lot of action going on so far. Pool diver back onto the hards. 1 lap old hards. How's it 1 lap old already? If he's been, oh, I don't know. Mediums should go to the end, but there will need to be management, without a doubt. So we should be getting racing next lap if Vigo can obviously catch back up. Small little moment between these two. As did Anton as well. Did have a moment? Is there damage on anyone? Because I seemed to be Anton was ghosted. Will any of these decide to pit, or would they rather get gobbled up? They are going to continue. Oh yeah, Rolly, I agree. Wait, between who? Nelu? There's no more safety cars. It's going to be hard for Nelu. Well, yeah, true. But if you're saying that, then you can't count Marty out of it then. Well, maybe you can. Hang on, where did they start? Okay, right, yeah. Never mind, I see your point. I would love Marty to win now, just to prove me wrong. So, racing should be getting underway this lap. All 15 remaining cars have caught back up. I think Strikey will be a bit annoyed that he retired earlier in this race. As I learned in WHF, and as Strikey's probably going to learn now, don't retire too early, because every league race, which isn't esports, is normally guaranteed a safety car. Safety car should be in this lap, and as I say that, yes it is. So we're going to turn everything off. Nelu will be leading the way ahead of Marty, and then will come Yona in the Aston, and then the other Ferrari. I'm going to keep this up just so I can see if anyone makes a mistake. And it is foot to the floor for the second time in this race. Nelu will lead us away as we're making our way down the main straight to start lap number 11. And straight away, Yona is on the attack. Marty straight away defending late on the brakes between the pair of them. Almost contact between the pair of them. On the inside, Marty will keep his nose, but it's Yona already up in the second place. Leo will now be stuck behind the Haas, and this is going to help Yona just pull away even more. But it is Nelu who leads, from Yona, then Marty, then Leo, then Casper, then Kevin, then Ronald, then Stu, then Robin, then Anton. That's your top 10. And look at the difference in grip between Leo and Marty. He's going to have to make a judge as avoiding action had to be taken by the Ferrari as a massive snap. We're going 3 wide, are we? Towards the long left. Yona's on the inside for the lead of the race. Leo's on the outside for third in the race. Yona takes the lead of the race ahead of Nelu. Yona has had a great start. Nelu losing places. Marty losing even more places as the two Hasses dueling together as Leo gets a 3-second time penalty for track limits. That's our second track limit penalty in this race as Snoo and Marty going wheel to wheel. Marty's going to try and keep it on the way outside, as into the wall goes Marty as Snoo squeezes him into the wall. And I'm not FIA for X2, but I think I can confirm that will be a penalty for Snoo post-race. Dylan and Marty going wheel to wheel once again. On the outside goes Dylan. Marty late on the brakes. Dylan almost into the wall. Another twitch of the rear from Marty. Making their way down the main straight to start lap number 12. Jonnet leads this race. Anton and Snoo dueling wheel to wheel with Anton and the mediums making up a place on Snoo in the V car. If you're Ferrari, you've got to do this switch soon. As soon as Leo is caught up to the rear, the swap has to go. This could be what I will be seeing. Oh, as Lelu, massive twitch of the rear as the Ferraris now do swap places. It's a 1.7 gap though. I did say this before, just before the safety car. This could make or break people's races. It would have definitely made a massive gap between some people. Nelu, I think, will be now tasked to maybe hold up some people. But look at Leo. Suddenly gained 4 tenths. Is there damage for Jonnet? Because that's not normal when you gain 4 tenths just like that. Casper will be wanting to attack. It's the back. I think straight away. Leo is almost in the DRS again. They're making their way down towards turn number 27. Kevin and the runner going wheel to wheel. Runner taking that one line, maybe get a better exit. McQueen and Snoo going wheel to wheel once again. Was that Snoo into the wall maybe? Leo sets the fastest lap. Kevin now sets the fastest lap of the 29A on board with Robbo. Robbo's looking to make a move on Snoo. Down the inside goes Snoo. Late lunge by Snoo. Contact with the Aston Martin. Can Robbo now get on the exit? Snoo traction again. Snoo more contact with the Aston Martin. Will Snoo keep it on the inside? Down the inside goes Snoo into the start of sector 1. And Snoo again has to drift, and now's pull diver through, and Snoo's now just letting everyone through again. Snoo having a catastrophe of a couple of corners, and look at this, Nelu backing up the pack maybe to help people gap away as Snoo now gets a 3-second time penalty for track limits, and this race is done. Once again, he has fumbled the bag. On board was Kevin Zumberg. Snoo another 3-second full corner cutting. Now, round down the back straight towards turn number 27. Anton and Runner have swapped places once more. It's Kevin is gaining on the Ferrari. I think Nelu is just going to be trying to back these lot up. Just give Kevin as much of the gap as he can. Down the straight we go. Not even a 10% left for Nelu. Casper and Anton going wheel to wheel, going 3 wide into turn number 1. Down the inside goes Casper ahead of the Ferrari. Anton running outside of the Ferrari. Can he get a better exit? Pull dive. He gets a 3-second penalty for track limits. Snoo is retired in the pit lane as expected. Will Marty did the same? No, he won't. He was just coming for a scheduled pit stop as Casper now gets a 3-second for track limits as well. Snoo has left the session. For as clean as he was last week, he's completely the opposite today. Indeed. So we've got the top 4. So I don't really know how to describe it. Leo isn't in DRS of anyone. Neither is Kevin. Neither is Casper. But Casper has got company for behind. Marty 3-second now on those new medium tyres. There's yellow flags again. There's another safety car again. And it's Dylan again. For the second time, he's got no front wing. I think everyone should box for mediums now. I think that if they have another set, go for mediums again. In comes Jonnet, in comes Leo, in comes Kevin. Casper continues on. That might be a mistake, as does Anton. As does Lynan, as does Robbo. I don't get, if you're on the mediums, why not change? Why not change? Anton and McQueen, you both might have just thrown this. You had a nice chance to pit. I don't get it. I just don't get it with the people who pitted for mediums, why they haven't gone medium again. I mean, both Red Bulls have stayed out, so that's fair enough to the Red Bulls. If they're going to be able to work together, then once again, it's going to be another situation as it just was. I mean, I get it if you was on the hards, then fair enough, stay out. They will not be above 10%. Code. Mate, I can say my opinion if I want, mate. Got Kevin in the chat. I can say my opinion if I want, mate. Don't go calling me a bad commentator when I state my own opinion. How about that? Thank you, Roddy. I mean, I know what to and not to say. Thank you, Dylan. I mean, it didn't exactly a good point. If I was a... Oh, crikey. If I was a... I will stay myself, Anad. But I'm just trying to make my point. If I was a bad commentator, I wouldn't be doing this. Oh. Yeah, Yannick, Kevin and Ronald, prime position for this race. Oh, I forgot Nelu's back in it, isn't he? You did call it, didn't you? You did call another safety car. So it would be nice to have some company here, to have another commentator with me. I think I have got that for X1, don't I? Roddy, is he there tomorrow? I can't remember his name, but my co-commentator. I said he needs to pit like 20 seconds before the SC. Yeah, I know we have a race tomorrow, but I'm like, do I have my co-commentator tomorrow? I think Cisco will be in this lap. 3, 2, 1. Yep, we are. Here we go. I've got a message. Hang on. Oh, whoa. Leo spun round, and it's damage. Leo's got damage. I think he was behind. So he was in front of Kevin. So I'm gonna guess Kevin's hit him, or he's lit up the race. He's either done a Checo in Qatar, or Kevin's done a Stroll in China to him. There's a lot more changes When will Casper decide to go? It's flat to the floor, and we're going racing for the third time in Saudi Arabia this season. They're making our way down the main straight. Casper leads from Anton, then McQueen, then Robbo. Late lunge from Yonnet on the inside. Great move ahead of Pool Diver. Tried to get Robbo as well. Robbo left the space. Now Yonnet is straight on the attack. Yonnet's got 1 down, 4 to go. Oh, he crashed on his own. Okay, thank you. So Rolly confirmed that for us. Leo has crashed on his own. So he did a Checo in Qatar, basically. As we're making our way towards the end of the twists and turns of Sector 1, and this Nelu and Runnard dueling away as Nelu is up into 8th place. Now Vigo's looking maybe around the outside. Can he hold it around the outside? No, he can't. As Pool Diver is now losing another place. This time Kevin Zunberg is ahead. And now Yonnet, it's got pressure from behind of another man, similar tyre. This could be Yonnet v Kevin v Nelu for the race victory here. As Anton, Robbo, McQueen and Casper will all be up next. Draining the battery to the outside goes Yonnet, round the outside of Robbo, and it's the Aston Martins now 3rd and 4th. Robbo's down to 5th. Red Bulls fading away like they did in Singapore 23 after staying out. On board with Yonnet, will McQueen maybe be thinking just to let him by? Or will he? And now maybe back on the attack goes Robbo. Towards the outside goes Robbo. Round the outside goes Robbo at turn 27. Has he got the tyres to hold it in? No, he hasn't. And now as we go flat out down towards turn number 1 again to start lap number 18, it's Yonnet who's going to be on the charge as Anton to the inside to take the lead of the race. As down the inside goes McQueen in the Aston Martin, contact with the side pod. Switcheroo goes Yonnet. He's up in the 3rd. Kevin maybe thinking to get ahead of his teammate, no, but Lila McQueen up down the 4th. Yonnet's up in the 3rd. 1 second gap between the top 2. As Runnard and Pool Diver went wheel to wheel, and Runnard's up into 8th place now. We'll look at penalties for the time being. So there's only there's 6 drivers, with penalties. And Vigo and Pool Diver once again going wheel to wheel. On the inside, Pool Diver is trying to fight this back, on the exit. Maybe Dylan now trying to get his nose in ahead of the Robber as well. And that's Pool Diver losing more places as Dylan up in the 10th, Vigo up in the 9th. But now DRS has been enabled this lap. Kevin is maybe thinking of a move towards the Ronha corner, but he's thinking better of it. Marty is now ahead of Pool Diver as well. And we're going to flick the wheel left, and then flat through the right, and now on the exit, Kevin Zunberg will be wanting to make the place out. The one point, we're going to look to the fight in front. Yonnet will be thinking of a move as well. But I think Kevin is gaining in the slipstream, almost a late move from Lightning McQueen, but he made sure that he didn't make contact with the Sauber. Kevin ahead of McQueen, and down the main straight we go to start lap number 19. Yonnet's gaining, he's going past 1, past 2 to the lead. It's a 2 for 1 like you would at a supermarket. Yonnet's into the lead of the race ahead of Casper and Anton. Kevin's now going to be tucked up behind the McLaren as we're making our way towards the twists and turns of Sector 1. And breathe for a second as we have no wheel-to-wheel action. Towards the flat right, flat left we go. And there's Casper off. Casper has made a mistake. Is there damage on that Silver Arrow? One Mercedes out, one Mercedes potentially soon out. Leo's retired in the pit lane. No damage for Casper. Around the outside, Casper's going to try and fight this with Vigo. We're 3 wide, are we? It's Dylan on the outside. Will be 3 wide. Vigo's got ahead. Maybe round the outside goes Dylan on the Mercedes. Brilliant move from Dylan. Off the track goes Vigo. But now Marty is pressurising the Casper in the Mercedes. Sorry. Yonnet has got a 1.6 second lead. Anton and Kevin have to try and somewhat work together. Not a lot of battery left for Anton in the McLaren, as Marty and Casper still dueling wheel to wheel as McQueen and Runnard 2 by 2 in formation. 4 cars split by 10 metres here. Flat out now down the main straight. So you can see Kevin on the time page. Kevin's ahead of Anton, but now we're more focused on this 4 car scrap for the top 4. maybe round the outside, cross runner tapping the wall on the braking, down the inside goes runner and the Red Bull. Brilliant move. If he can make it stick, he does make it stick on the exit of turn 2. Through turn 3 into turn 4, he's up in the 4th place. Now Kevin will be on a charge to try and catch back up to Jonat Tenez in the Aston Martin. There's now Casper, who is now dead plumb last, as even Paul Diver has got back ahead of him. Anton has already lost that second gap. Runnard will be licking his lips. The man who had contact was his Aston Martin teammate last week. It wasn't Jonat he had contact with. I think it might have been, I can't remember who it was. It was definitely someone though, I couldn't recall who. Runnard definitely had contact with an Aston Martin teammate. That's all I can say. He is looking to get back to the podium places after a catastrophe. Anton agreed, he's doing a great job with those dead mediums. My opinion, made the mistake not to coming in, but making our way down the back straight for the 20th time in this Grand Prix. Runnard will be thinking, I'm just going to stay tucked up behind towards for the main straight. Anton will be sitting in none, trying to play the little DRS game to see what he can get. Runnard will take that wider line on the entry, get a better exit. Now flat out down the main straight. Vigo and Dylan dueling wheel to wheel. We see on the timing page as our 10th splits Dylan and Vigo down towards the inside of turn number 1. It's going to be done before turn 1, even before the braking board. It's Runnard up into 3rd place ahead of Anton, as now we can now watch this battle. McQueen and Vigo wheel to wheel through turn number 2. Flat through 3, massive tack slapper for Marty, but it's McQueen ahead, and now Dylan's looking for the outside at the start of sector 1, rear locking contact, but between the two, Dylan makes the play to Casper, another track limit penalty, and now it's just going to keep stacking up. Leo isn't washed, it's just like he's just had some unfortunate stuff happen to him under the safety car. I think it was a mistake of his own, but it happens time to time. Look at George Russell in Imola that one time. It's happened a lot on the safety car. But Jonat doing well out in front. He's just edging that lead to now 1.4 seconds. Anton has been able to keep up with Runnard though. 8 seconds to gap, who will get DRS. And will be able to probably hold up Robbo for another lap, maybe. But Robbo, remember, he's on the hards. He will have superior tyres. I think he might even have better tyres than like Runnard in that at the later late stage of this race, because the medium, even if it says it's only like 25%, Marty and Vigo going wheel to wheel again, and maybe on the inside goes Farah. Look at this, is it going to be a lunge down the inside? Yes, it will be. Almost contact by the McLaren, rear locks, collects some cars. A lot of debris going up in the air as he puts a Red Bull into the wall. Farah late on the brakes, wasn't late enough, was way too late, like I was at turn 1 yesterday. But Farah now massive front wing damage for end plate missing. And I think that is Paul Diver with no end plate as well, as Casper's now lost it on the exit of turn number 2. Jonat is definitely in control of this race. Is that Dylan and McQueen dueling away? No, McQueen has made another mistake again. McQueen is disconnected from the session, and that's going to be heartbreaking for him. Anton doing well to keep up still. Anton's still in that DRS quite nicely. But I think the top two, matter of fact, if there is no mistake from anyone, this will be Jonat's win, sorry. Jonat in control of this race. The man who dominated qualifying, got pole position. Is now going to be just in charge of this race. Marty back ahead of Dylan. These two just trying to work together, see if they can salvage anything. Catch back up to the likes of Nelu, Robbo, Anton and Runnard. Round the final corner we go. We will go on board with Anton. But we're going to watch behind as well as Robbo fakes to the right, goes to the left, to the inside goes Robbo. Down the inside, a little bit of contact. Anton turns into him. Would be better to see from on board. Good recovery though from Robbo. Casper retires in the pit lane. McQueen is also into the pits. Maybe going to go for that fastest lap of the race. Yes, he does. He chucks on the soft compound tyre. That will be looked at after the race between Anton and Robbo. But look at that, the gap's just going even more now. 2.6. Last time I checked, it was 1.8. It's now 2.6 as we're on the third to last lap of this race. Farah has also now disconnected from the session. So that's 2 drivers disconnected. I haven't got them added, so I can't do anything. I'm hoping that Anad is hopefully doing that. As Kevin taps the wall very slightly. Anton is not out of a chance at the podium here. He's doing very well. But Nelu on the attack. Running outside goes the what's sole remaining Ferrari to take 4th. And is now licking his lips to get ahead of the Haas. Runnard will be defending for his life in these final 2 laps. Will there be DRS games? And we're making our way down the main straight to start the next lap. Anton will be maybe thinking of attacking Nelu in the Ferrari. The battery pack goes on to charge. Rear ends the Ferrari a bit. Being a sudden break from Nelu, but nothing mattering there as Marty and Dylan dueling away at turn 1. Marty once again out in front of them. They're doing quite well though, aren't they? They've almost caught up to they're within DRS of Vigo, and they've almost caught up to this train. There could be. Let's quickly count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 cars in the hunt for the final podium playing positions. But we all know what's for certain. We know who's going to be our winner this evening. It's going to be Jonnet. Got safety cars, threw problems at him. He's made his way through the traffic very well. He has controlled it from the front, and he's only got 1 more lap to go to try to take the crown in the floodlight, under the floodlights in this Arabic wonderland of Jeddah. Nelu will be wanting to pounce. Is he going to go to the inside? He's going to go to the outside. No, he's not, but he's going to allow Anton to now attack him. Around the outside goes Anton in the McLaren. Down the inside goes Robbo on the hard tyres. Robbo a little bit of a wobble there. As now using the battery pack goes Anton. And now we start the final lap of this race. And we've got 4 cars in the mix. 5 cars if you count Vigo. As round the outside goes Anton. Goes a little bit deep. That's going to allow Robbo through. Nelu and Robbo to pounce on the mistake of Anton. Vigo now will be thinking, I could get the top 6 here. Making our way towards the twisting turns as wide goes Nelu, and that's going to give Ronald that extra space to pull away. Through the twists and turns for the final time in this Grand Prix with this Ferrari. Robbo will be thinking, I'm just going to stay behind. I know I've got them all. He thinks I don't know what I'm saying now. Nelu will be thinking of a podium place. He will be thinking after last week's crown down under, he will be looking to get the bronze crown of 3rd place on the final step of the podium. Jonnet and Kevin just enter sector 3. Robbo has lost DRS. Nelu will have 1 more chance towards turn number 27. We're now making our way towards down the back straight. We can see Jonnet rounding the final corner on the track mat now. Is there a chance for Nelu to attack to the inside or outside? Maybe. It's not. It's to the wall, but he's controlled the race from the front. The Aston Martin didn't win last week. Wins tonight under the floodlight. Jonnet takes the win. It's a drag race to the line for the final podium position. It's Runner taking the podium. Kevin gets 2nd, Nelu 4th, Vigo 5th, Robbo 6th, Anton 7th, Dylan 8th, Marty 9th, Paul Diver 10th. Farah and McQueen will get 11th and 12th, but it is Jonnet taking the Arabic crown in Jeddah this evening. Controlled the race from the front, dominated qualifying, and he takes the crown. He will get the champagne, he will get the top step. It's the Aston Martin making up for last week's horror show when the 2 teammates made contact. The Romanian takes the victory ahead of the Dutchman and the Englishman, and Jonnet wins the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix ahead of Kevin and Runnard, and that has been quite the wonder show. of Saudi Arabia this evening. This has been a race to remember. Action here, there, and everywhere. Here is your race, your pre-penalties race classification. Yonat takes the win ahead of Kevin. Dominated the race after he was able to pull away from Kevin. So Yonat wins ahead of Kevin. Then Ronald, a 10th and a half, split 3rd and 4th. Nello in the Ferrari, last week's race winner, takes 4th on the road. Vigo 5th, Robert 6th, Anton 7th, Dylan 8th, McLaren getting 7th and 8th. Marty takes 9th, Paul Diver 10th, Farah 11th, McQueen 12th, and of course Casper did more than I think it was 75% of the race. He will be classified P13 for Casper in the Silver Arrow. Your DNS, Leo Snoo Strikey. But that was X2, round 2. Saudi Arabia is completed for X2 this week. And now all we can do is wait for the penalties to be applied, wait to see who reports what. But it was a phenomenal race, and that is now done and dusted. And in a week's time, we will be back, and what I believe is to be Suzuka, if I'm not mistaken. I think it is Japan. So we'll see who can take victory in Japan next week. But tomorrow is pre-season for X1, the elite tier of EXA. Go lock the elite drivers of this wonderful EXA league will lock horns for the first time in 2025, and we will see who will set the nail as a title challenger or a title protagonist for season 8, for the final season of F1 24. Who will be able to take the crown in X1? And there's still questions to be answered in X2, X3, X4 of who will take the championship crown there. But from me and everyone at EXA, cheers for tuning in. I will see you all. I think I'll be doing it tomorrow, so I will see you all tomorrow. Ciao, adios, I'm done.